Dang, they stopped. Okay, guys, so I'm probably going to make a very quick segment. Okay, he started again. For episode 21, well, first of all, I want to show you something so I don't have to do any extra work on it. This dog, this wolf, not dog, this is a untamed wolf. That's what this is. Come on, show him your color. Well, let me just, I can't right click on him. He's not mine. He still moves. I don't know any other way to prove it. Okay, so snapshot 12W50B. Oh man, I wish I was in um X-ray texture pack a second ago, so I actually had to log off to switch it so I could start recording to do this. Oh, here we go. Now we got those two guys moving. I had all 3 iron golems and 2 of the villagers and this untamed wolf were all spinning uncontrollably a second ago. The reason I was in the texture pack, the X-ray texture pack, is because as soon as I logged in, as soon as I logged in here, I heard Iron Golem dying, and I was looking for iron and a rose or whatever to find out where he died because I couldn't figure it out because he had glitched into the ground or something and died. You'll notice right now that I am level 190. Actually, first of all, I want to mention I'm recording right now on high quality as opposed to regular quality, so the file size is going up very, very fast. So I want to try to keep this one short. I'm just trying to test right now the flickering. Man, they're really spinning. It's going to be funny when mobs are doing that. I'm going to do an experiment with this type of recording because I actually recorded episode 21 already, but it went really, really long, and I had been up for over 24 hours when I started recording, so the quality is not ideal, and I'm probably just going to recap in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to go and check out the recording quality and see how this looks and see if it's prevented flickering or see if it's done anything. Well, you know, to be fair, I should switch back to fancy. I switched to fast so I could see the item easier. I thought I'd be able to see the iron because it wouldn't be all 3D and whatnot. Oh, here's another glitch. I don't know if this is a glitch, but it seems like it. By the way, I banished that dog to that island over there. The squids, like, I just keep seeing them flashing red. It's almost like every time I see them, and it's only when they're up on, like, even if they're in deep enough water, if they're up here, like, swimming at the surface, they'll just immediately start dying. Anyway, yeah, hold on, let me think. Alright, so I have no idea why I came down here. Alright, I'm gonna stop the recording, and we will hop back in a minute when I see what the file size is and if it's actually helping or not. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't in fast graphics because I want to be able to see for sure the difference. Alright, I'll hop back in just a second. Okay, so I just checked it. It's been about like 3.5 minutes, and I'm still at less than half a gig recording size, so that's pretty good. I'm really happy about that. So before I get too far along, I'm going to recap what happened in my previous recording of what would be episode 21, and I'm going to actually do some editing in this episode, and I'll do like a montage or some crap. It's a chicken, right? Oh, there's a chicken stuck underneath that lily pad. Nope, not stuck. Okay. Make me a liar. Alright, so I'm going to do some editing and stuff. By the way, that dirt right there, I've been having some weird Enderman stuff in here. In fact, let's start with that. So, in the previous recording, I had an incident where... Let me turn this down. I had an incident where an Enderman... I was having problems in this area where I'd come in and I'd filled up this wall, and there were 4 open spaces in the wall and 4 dirt blocks on the ground. Like, Enderman had literally come in and taken the dirt out of the wall and put it on the ground here. And then later on in the episode, I ended up having proof. Like, I could see the I could see an Enderman in this area. causing me problems. So, and then let's see, another thing that happened in the episode. I was up here. I was looking down there, and I saw 5 creepers at night, like just in a cluster. It was really freaked me out for a minute. Let's see what else happened. I guess mostly, I enchanted, or I crafted an enchanting table for my library. Spent a lot of time trading, but I don't think I recorded much of that. And let's see, what was the last thing? Well, I guess this area right now that I'm at, there's a. I guess I'll throw in some time lapse or something to show some of the stuff happening here. And that's about it. Now, I'm glad that I could get that out of the way real quick, because I don't want to have to dwell on it. And I basically just took an hour and a half worth of footage just there and crammed it into probably under a minute. Let's hope. Probably 2 minutes. Anyway, so at the moment, this is a reed farm. By the way, I ran out of... oh, man, I got some more stuff to talk about. Level 190. Man, I really... I need, honestly, the truth is I just need to record every single time I come on, because then all this crap won't backlog and make it so that every time I log on I've got too much to say. Alright, so let's start with this. This is 12W50B. I started recording episode 21, like the other set of recordings I have, during 12W50A. But not like that makes a huge difference. You'll notice I've got my shovel on me as opposed to my super stick. Here is the reason for that. It no longer works like an axe and a shovel. In fact, it doesn't even work like a shovel anymore, if you can believe it. It's terrible. It's not fast. It's not efficient. It's awful. Other players on the server were begging me, like they're like, "I'll give you anything you want." They weren't really acting like that, but they were telling me that they'd be happy to pay me or trade me for a super stick, because I enchanted a whole stack. I'm really glad that I did not take anybody up on the offer. I actually donated a stick to everybody, and a blaze rod and a looting bone. Oh, and I'm really glad I did, because I'd feel really bad if people traded me emeralds or something valuable, and I gave them what ended up being pretty much useless. By the way, the looting bone, which, this is really useful for a situation where, like, let's say you've got I can turn the sound back up now that I'm not doing that stuff. It's pretty useful for instances where, like, you've got a mob trap where mobs fall to a damage point where they've got basically 1 heart left, and you just, you can punch them to death. Well, the looting bone gives you looting on them without you having to really work that hard, since you hit them once, they die, but now you're also getting looting, and it's with the tool that's not going to break. The only problem with the bone, which is something I hadn't thought of, is that you run the risk of, you'd have to not be paying attention at all, but you kind of run the risk of accidentally turning it into bone meal, because it's one of those things that could end up in your crafting area by itself and turn into bone meal, if you were to, obviously click on the bone meal. Anyway, let's make it day. So in, I think, my last episode, you have to forgive me if I didn't mention this, or if I mentioned it in an episode before or whatever, because they're all becoming a blur right now due to the fact of me. My last recording sessions, I ended up recording in 4 separate instances to try to get the episode done. And what I mean is, like, I recorded part A, part B, part C, part D, and I was going to string them together, and I've never gone that many before. So this is really a blur. But for Elementis, I wanted to mention, you guys know how repeaters work, where, let me make this a little bit easier to see. The way that repeaters work, where they, like, if you stand underneath a 2-block opening like this and walk over a repeater, it'll let you, but if you're in a, if you don't have a block above you, and you're walking into an area like this where it's too high, you can't. Well, actually, lily pads, believe it or not, work the same way. So I can't actually walk forward onto this lily pad in this spot. But if I'm already in here, I can stand on it, no problem. So I just want to let you know, Alamantis, and I guess the rest of the players on the server as well. But I think Alamantis will probably be the one who would come up with a way to utilize that. He likes to, find quirks in the game like that and kind of find a reason to use them, which is really cool. I think it's great that somebody does that, because for me, it's like, if it's not efficient or useful to me, I won't even explore the option. And some people, Panda and people like him, are really good at exploring things that seem like they're pretty useless and end up finding really amazing tricks to pull off with them. So anyway, if you wanted to trade things with me, in fact, Alamantis was saying he would be willing to take some cobblestone off my hands, because I told him about the trade I did with T. Calhoun, and I filled up my chest, and then when I hollowed out this area, I ended up getting, a lot more cobblestone, and he needs it for his, what do you call it, nether tunnel. Oh, by the way, just so you guys know, I'm currently uploading the server world to my Dropbox, so that I can send it to Alamantis, and he can update the map. And on that note, in episode 20 of my series, I talked like Alamantis' video hadn't gone up yet, and my video was supposed to go up before his. I mean, it was scheduled to, but problems with uploading, and every time Minecraft.net went down, which is something that just happened just now, it causes Minecraft to freeze my computer up, and it screws up my upload to YouTube. So my video probably at this moment isn't even, at the moment of me recording this, probably still hasn't gone up. But in the future, hopefully, hopefully it'll go up before this one, because that would really suck if my upload numbers were out of sync with the episode titles. Anyway, I just realized that I spent my time, when I said I was going to hop off for a minute to check out the recording, I noticed that I had forgotten to I checked the file size only, and I had forgotten to actually check and see if the flickering was being helped. So I'm actually going to call it an end to the episode today, right now, and I think, I'm going to check it out. I'm going to start another recording later, so it's not like you guys are getting really gypped. Oh, shoot, what have I done? I love how, what? I was going to say, I love how reeds can have water go on top of them, but, like, how they, oh man, I had no idea that lily pads could be hurt by water landing on them. I hope I didn't, I realized in the last episode, the last time I tried to record this episode, I noticed that if you were to put down a torch and then put down a water on that torch, it breaks the torch and gets rid of it. Oh, jeez, again. Oh, good. It looks like it's not doing that to the lily pad because I'm not placing it right on top or whatever. This also happens with rails. So if you're like me and you use water to... Ooh, sorry, cat. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's like a toilet. So if you're like me and you use water to collect the rails in dungeons, because I never craft normal rails if I can help it, because it's really easy to just get them from abandoned mine shafts and stuff. But just don't make sure that you don't put the water down on the rail itself. Oh, I gotta make sure I didn't just ruin another. Okay, good. In this particular case, it's fine. Anyway, so I'm gonna call it an end of episode 21. Sorry, it's pretty uneventful, but with the amount of time it's gonna take me to do the editing, which, quite frankly, is probably actually gonna be under a half hour. I just wanted to kind of keep this one short. So I'm going to hop on to episode 22, and I hope you guys enjoy both of them. All right.